Hello, everyone. Jim here from Storm Warning News, and the Kremlin is saying that 4 are dead after a deliberate Ukrainian missile attack on a Russian border city. Let's look at some details. Russian authorities are saying that a series of strikes rocked one of its cities near the border with Ukraine. Russia is calling it a deliberate Ukrainian attack on its territory in the early hours of Sunday morning, which reportedly killed at least 4 people in the city of Belgorod. Now, the regional governor said the blasts hit dozens of residential buildings and air defenses have been activated, according to BBC. The Kremlin said that Sunday's attack had been a deliberate attempt by Ukrainian forces to target civilians. And it's not like the Russians aren't doing that in the Ukraine. However, the BBC also notes that Ukraine dismissed the claim, saying the Russians had lied about similar incidents in the past. Now, just so you know, Belgorod is near Ukraine's large northern city of Kharkiv. It lies just 25 miles north across the Ukrainian border. The major city in Russia's south has 370,000 residents, and it's not the first time potentially errant missiles have struck Russian territory, and it's not the first time Russia has accused Ukraine of a deliberate cross-border attack, but the damage and death toll is the most significant and extensive thus far, with a major emergency response at the scene of the impact. Now, some observers are speculating that Ukraine could possibly have used recently provided U.S. long-range rockets to hit deep within Russia's borders, which, if true, would signal massive escalation in the war. You probably know this, but starting a week ago, Ukraine began touting that its U.S.-supplied M142 HIMARS, a high-mobility artillery rocket system with a range of 40 to 50 miles, is having success against Russian forces on the battlefield. So, I mean, if these were U.S.-supplied rockets, how would Russia potentially choose to respond to this? Is it possible? Is it far-fetched to think that Russia may somehow, some way retaliate against U.S. or NATO assets because U.S. long-range rockets may have been used by this alleged attack by the Ukrainians? Again, there's when you talk about the fog of war is very thick over there in that conflict. Interesting to see how this will develop. I will leave you a link. Remember the word of God in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, which says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." This is Jim signing off. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.